Bible verses about marriage. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. Let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled, for God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterous. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Genesis chapter 2 verse 24. Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother, and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. First Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 to 7. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. John chapter 14 verse 27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 9. It is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 14. House and wealth are inherited from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. First Peter chapter 3 verse 7. Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered. Second Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness? Or what fellowship has light with darkness? Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25. Husband, love your wives, as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 33. However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. Then the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him. Matthew chapter 19, verse 4 to 6. He answered, have you not read that he who created them from the beginning made them male and female, and said, therefore, a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let not man separate. Colossians chapter 3, verse 18 to 19. Wives, submit to your husbands, as is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, Love your wives, and do not be harsh with them. First Peter chapter 4 verse 8. Above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sins. Proverbs chapter 31 verse 10. An excellent wife who can find? She is far more precious than jewels. Mark chapter 10 verse 6 to 10. But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let not man separate. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 33. Wives, submit yourself to your own husband as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husband in everything. Husbands, love your wife, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by washing with the water through the word, and to present her himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In this same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body, just as Christ does the church. For we are members of his body. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. This is profound mystery, but I am talking about Christ and the church. However, each one of you also must love his wife as he loved himself, and the wife must respect her husband. First Corinthians chapter 7 verse 2 to 11. But since sexually immorality is occurring, each man should have sexual relation with his own wife, and each woman with her own husband. The husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but yields it to her husband. In the same way, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but yields it to his wife. Do not deprive each other, except perhaps by mutual consent and for a time, so that you may devote yourself to prayer. Then come together again, so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self control. I say this as concession, not as a command. I wish that all of you were as I am, but each of you has your own gift from God. One has this gift, another has that. Now, to the unmarried and the widows, I say, it is good for them to stay unmarried, as I do. But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion. To the married, I gave this command, not I, but the Lord. A wife must not separate from her husband, but if she does, she must remain unmarried or else be reconciled to her husband. And a husband must not divorce his wife. God bless.